quiero, quiero la noche de amor. Dame tu mundo, dame tu mundo para mí. Quiero una noche, quiero una noche de pasión. Oh, mi vida consentida, quiero
Hell's Dota. Seriously? It's a Dota game. Dota.
Quiero la noche, quiero la noche de amor.
This is gone.
Dame tu mundo, dame tu mundo para mí.
The hell? Oh, we gotta get rid of this business. Okay, we're gonna just restart Dota 2. I think it's actually a problem with not. Oh, qualifiers have started. Max is not here. And just quick time check, I'm good. I'm happy with this. My client's out of date. I like how it tells me that every time.
Quiero la noche, quiero la noche de amor. Dame tu mundo, dame tu mundo para
We were watching the CDEC game because the other one is a stomp. Like, holy shit, stop. Let me get this other. Sorry, we had some drop frames and stuff. Okay, cool. So we got that back. I like that. I like it.
Quiero la noche de amor. Dame tu mundo, dame tu mundo para mí. Quiero una noche,
Wow, this game is taking forever. Wow. Seriously? So are you telling me that the servers aren't accepting our clients to that Dota TV server? Wow. Legitimately have a Dota TV failure. That's a thing? I actually can't connect to the game. Oh, okay, we're finally in. Wow, that. I can get to. Well, the lag is real. How do we zoom out? I don't really deal with the zoom. The amount of data that's like coming. I won't let that stream happen. Not moving? Okay. One more hot second here. So the other game. Oh. All these people are like answering the go to camera distance. That sounds nice. What's the reason? Told me to do this. Terrible person. Oh god, that's really high. That's actually pretty sweet, but that's too much. Flipping is stupid now. Okay, so let's get an idea of where we're at in this game. Normally, I don't like to look at the score. Oh, this one's just as bad as the other game. So one interesting thing that has developed is that earlier I was talking about there being a dire side advantage. Excuse me, radiant side advantage. And both these first couple games, I guess I expected VGP to lose. Because VGP is like VGP's is Virtuous Gaming's a youth team, and they didn't really show very well on MPGL. One on top. Looks like Axe is about to get wrecked. Nah, they can't dive him. Wow, he already has a Blink Dagger. He have like 5 kills. Oh, he has 101 creeps. He has 101 creeps. And a kill. 11 minutes. Missed this draft too. That is a huge bash. Not really sure what Yang's idea here is. He's dusted. Oh, get the creep. The charge coming in. Yeah, they're just gonna lose. This is... As I said, both these games are pretty much stomps as well. Maybe we'll go check out the other game, because this one's pretty much over C-Deck. Hope he didn't bet. A friend of mine bet on VG managing to take one game away from C-Deck, and I told him, wow. Wow. I would just GG right there. Like, I mean, who cares? Look at the net worth. This is over. Not only over. I used to do stats. That amount of lead at 10 minutes into the game is GG. Make me go live. Yes, you're an asshole. So I'm talking to people on Steam because this is Grubhub. We got the red eye going and everything. I don't need no co-caster. You had your chance. This is so over. Poor Rubric. Games. You should have picked a no-leg strat. So over.
Too big, too fast, and too strong.
I got this. Can I draw now? Am I allowed to draw on the map? Oh right, because I'm not in spectator. Anywho, thing there. It's like the only thing they've accomplished in this game. But they can take that into the next game. Broodmother's is not very good at microing. I'm not really sure why she picked Broodmother. Okay, Yang. Isn't he like their one expert on their team? I don't know, he was really bad at microing the courier. Probably make sure we have the chat up. That'd be a cool idea. Let me put this chat here. This chat here. But he died while we were gone. These people don't really need him to do anything the rest of the game. Broodmother can't do anything. Like, and then she went even greedy. Axe, how did they let this go through the draft? Like, hang on a second. Let's look at this end that we were drafting. Okay. First pick. I don't know. Undying Axe? Undying Axe, first 2 picks. And, okay. Bristleback, come back with Rubik, and maybe one of these 3 guys. There's no way that they picked the Broodmother first. They picked the Broodmother into the axe. I don't understand. Was the Witch Doctor an earlier pick? I don't know, this game is garbage. What's going on in the other game? Is it over yet? It's still going. So let's have a look at this other one. So one thing to keep in mind is that there are only 10 games in the, it's a 5-team group, and this is the first flight of Group B. At some point, we'll throw the record actually up on the screen. That a lot easier to see with the camera out like that. Now you know that Tong Fu's got a real shot here because they actually have a pennant. They're also really losing this game bad since we missed the whole early game. They've caught up a little bit. They were down like 12-0. Really, they already have Aegis. Kabu. I figured you not. So I didn't understand this pick. I actually saw the draft for this. It was on the Vocus. And they decided to pick kind of a weird lineup. If you look at HTT's, it's on a death ball lineup. But I just didn't understand that. I mean, Tong Fu's like reply to everything was picking up Legion. Yeah, I figured she'd get a blink because the whole idea is that HGT sets up a team fight, and your idea is to basically engage before they can engage, and basically cut off the Witch Doctor from being able to use his stuff or something. Basically makes it like a power play, if you will. Someone out first, so then you take a fight with hero advantage, and you probably win. Doesn't work because Tresden's a terrible hero. How's she doing on farm? See, there you go, 1 and 5. She's so easy. She's so easy just to pick on, and that's part of the problem. She needs like too much farm, and she needs too many duel victories, and you can't do both of these things at the same time unless it's a crash game. What have we got going on here? What do we got left for towers? We have this guy. Down to tier 2s. These guys still have their other stuff. They're pinging out the high ward here. Ward over here. Whose ward is this? This is a Tong Fu's. They have good vision here, and the vision should probably tell them that they have no chance in hell of winning this fight. Wisely done. This is what people in pubs would do. People in pubs would just dive into that shit. But, I mean, their only hope of defending this is basically from the base. How are they playing with a stand-in? It's also really bad. The smoke. This has got bad news written all over it. Yeah, Kabu. Isn't there a game with, like, a fighting game with this dude Kabu in it? He's used his Bloodstone. How many charges he got left? Oh, we got a charge going in here. LPC. XTT. Wow. The lurch is real. Perfect world service, please. HET air. Yeah. Yep, they've got enough. Tong Fu's gonna wipe here. Legion got a duel win in there. But you lost 4 heroes and you're gonna lose Rax now, and the chase is on Kabu, who bought back. He bought back. He had Bloodstone. That could have just been a Bloodstone. Undying doesn't have any mana, so... Well, he has wand charges, but it's only going to be, what? About 300 or so mana, so he only can cast like 2 spells. This is definitely the T2 here. Yeah, this ward? That ward completely threw off the, It tipped them off about the smoke, and they knew to engage because they didn't have their whole team there at the start of the engage to happen. Like, 2 people were down here, and they had 3 people up in by the secret shop, and that's when the engage started, so Tresden was caught out. Pretty lean build on the Viper. All he's got is a Black King bar and a mech. Well, that counts, I guess, but doesn't really have him. He's not fat, but he sure does a hell of a lot of damage. I mean, he stood in that fight with his BKB and just beat everyone to shit. That's right, we swear on the scrub hub because we can. That's right, we just took over the scrub hub. It's mine now. Maybe they'll find a way to kill this poor doctor. Ooh, nice blink. Nah, they have no hope. They have no hope of getting this Viper. This Viper is actually going to chase, because this missile's going to hit. Yeah, he's dead. This is a disaster for Tong Fu. So one thing that I was talking about in the pre-show that you didn't see was the only 10 games. You play both sides of the map against the team. Like, I mean, that's the only thing better about this format than last year. There's actually some math problems with this format, basically being that you could beat a team 2-0 in the group phase. Roche, this is Roche 2. Got the Wild Wing Ripper to scout it out. Or he's gonna stack. Look at this pro. You're a pro. You have a nice script that does that for you. We're gonna pick up the Aegis. Undying's plan, because they got a gem, so press the I and the... If you can tell me how to draw on the map, I would love you. And the jitter is actually not me. It's for some reason. How many people are watching this? 42,000, and apparently their servers weren't ready for this. I actually took like 3 join attempts to get in. So let's see. Just to recap, the other game, I won that. Someone was winning really, really bad. Oh yeah, C-Deck was winning, and I would assume I've already won game 1 at this point. Like, it's not even worth watching, it's that bad. My friend that bet on VP to take 1 game off of them on a spread bet, they are losing money. Oh, they're just picking off all the outer towers here. I mean, this is only 27 minutes in, and this is... I don't really need to look at this. I typically don't look at these graphs, because I feel when I cast, I like to look at the game a little more organically and try to think about what the players are doing, as opposed to looking at just the pure stats. This lag is killing me. So here's another ward. This one's pretty deep. I like this one. They're gonna, I mean, they'll probably refresh this one. They have wards.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
No, they have no wards left. They're so pro that they always place their 2 wards. But it's so early that, I mean, they don't have extras yet. I guess they're going to set up a push here on the top lane. Did they get a piece of the T3? No, they didn't get a piece of the T3 earlier. Wow, Lothar's up on the on Verathorn. Airbreaker. Pretty much the only thing that... I mean, is there the hope of this kind of bullshit ultimate with U9? BKB. He hasn't used the BKB yet. He's kind of went supporty with the mech. He has no Yules, which is... I'd almost rather have a Blink Dagger if I were him, because I mean, if they catch him out just right... I mean, but the problem is you see this, I mean, this is the formation. Yeah, this one guy is pushing on his own, but look at well, they had a ward here that just expired. But he knows he's protected, and there's no way that anyone can get in here because they have no way to intercept him without the team also intercepting him. Big charge here. There's a blink. Ooh, she's in big trouble. The distance there is about half a second. He's charging back towards mid. Cut it off to farm. Courier, just Aquila. Missed it in the other game. Apparently VP's team decided to draft Broodmother on someone who doesn't know how to play Broodmother very well. So couldn't micro the spiderlings plus the hero plus the courier, and basically just the courier 10 seconds after the fight still. They really have Tong Fu against the ropes here. And the one thing I was talking about was that, I mean, given two equal teams in this patch, I really feel that the Radiant side has a pretty distinct advantage, so losing game one, given that there's three really big teams in this group, Tong Fu, HGT, and CDEC, there is, I mean, if you go 0-2, chances are, assume that the other matches are all going to be, let's just say they're all 2-0s for the sake of it, and it's just between these three teams. If you 0-2 against one of them, you're essentially out. You basically have to 2-0 the other team to really think about having at least a real shot at getting the second place, because it's only the top two teams. There are no wild cards or anything, and there's no like inter-league play between the two groups. It's exclusively just group play. So if you don't finish top two, you're done, and the second place goes to the losers bracket, and first place goes to the winners bracket. It's, I mean, if with curling, it's the page playoff system, except Valve doesn't know what they're doing, because the page playoff system is mathematically unsound for things that don't use a full round robin. This is what's known as a half round. It's just a group phase. There's two different groups, so you can't really do a page playoff because the doesn't work. Because you end up with this really weird situation where teams that could 2-0 someone in the group phase then lose to a team in the winners bracket and then face the same team that they beat 2-0 and then lose the best of 3 2-1 and then actually have a winning record against the team that knocked them out. This is not how a tournament's supposed to. It basically makes it logically imbalanced, but that's why it don't work for Valve, apparently. Salt is real, right? What else we got going here? There's the blink in. Wow, they actually caught out him warding. All those wards up there. Now the question is are they going to even bother engaging? They have no reason to. Their head's so much on gold. They didn't even really change anything. They're so far behind. Haste on the Spirit Breaker. I think there's... Look at this, they can't even do... And so much salt. They can't even like push. Here comes the charge in. He's got a haste. I think he's just trying to scare somebody to use a item. Not really the person I would have scared. I would have tried to scare the Shadow Fiend. Because if you get one of these BKB charges off... In Tong Fu's team fight gets really weak as they lose their BKB charges. And it's pretty much the Lina who has, wow, she has crap.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And all Earthshaker has is Blink Dagger. Not all he needs, but it's kind of becoming a liability. A blink up on the Viper. It's not good when you have 3 people watching your number 2 farm the near camp. I mean, this like the resign moment when you're playing Radiant, right? You're getting crushed and you try to steal this camp and then you get killed. Got movement here. Not sure if they know about Tresden. Wow, her build is... That's like they never abandoned the failure of the early game. I'll talk a little bit about the draft again. They picked Legion last to kind of do like this jump them before they jump us strategy, because this team fight for HCT is really scary. Like, forget about death ball stuff, this team fight's scary. Because, I mean, I guess they didn't really think too much about the Viper blink in, because, I mean, this is more scary than Tresden's blink in my opinion. Woke up. No wards, so... Probably going to be the Viper looking for the initiation here. Not really sure why he's in the back of this. Really, he has to go to the front. Stop blocking him. There you go. Wow, walked right over the sentry. Somebody on the team has a Shadow Blade too. Yeah, it's the Vera. Wow, really good call. They knew something was up and they got the hell out. They're just going to reward here and clear this ward to make something of the smoke. Didn't finish it. There we go. And they're probably just going to wait out Roche. How that graphic is... When are they going to fix this graphic? Or graphic, I don't even know. The Wild Reaper's graphic sucks. Almost as bad as the... It's not as bad as them. Where are they? Are they in the camps? The troll guys. They're just waiting out Roche. We might have an engage here. We have a smoke. A smoke that wasn't under the ward. They did it. They went after the tower. If they're going to go in right on the gyro. So they got a shot at this. BKB ulti with the Requiem. But Lina went down. I don't think Lina got her ult off. She did get her ult off. She got nothing else off. Yeah, U9. U9 kind of just wipes team there. They're all dead. Sorry guys, it's late. Otherwise I'd be louder. They're just going to get Aegis Cheese and Roshan 3. Where was the Timber in that fight? I think the Timber got caught over on this side of the fight. And he didn't really have much of an engage, because these trees are gone, so that's part of it. Yeah, I think he was over here, and he just didn't have anything. Because the fight was basically here, here, and here. And as a Timber Saw, that's really good placement for HCT, because you can only really focus on one of them. Because even if you're in the middle, you can't do the Death Blade. And they're pretty much just holding the same lead, and they're just being careful about it, because they know they control, like, basically this entire area. But they haven't, like, sat back and farmed. I mean, they're picking up a couple of these camps, and a few of these camps. So far ahead. Blink's in really good echo. But see, like I said, they were trying to get Witch Doctor down before his ulti, and they did that time. But they still have this problem that there's just no damage. See, they still don't have ultis on anyone on their team. It didn't even... Look at this. They got nothing from it, and they took half their tower damage. Like, one thing that I don't like about this team fight thing is that it doesn't tell you the whole story. The story is that this tower is almost dead. It's like in chess. It's like, I'm up a rook. In fact, I'm up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooks. Well, I'm completely willing to trade off my remaining rooks for all of your rooks. The game ends pretty quickly, doesn't it? I really hope that Perfect World servers aren't this shitty the entire time. They've really fought over this word. I mean, this is pretty much their last grasp on the map, right? Like, because they really get here. I think he's reminding him to stack these up, and they're going to clear these. Item I'm not seeing here. Big. They got a Glimmer Cape on the Witch Doctor, which is going to help him not get destroyed. BKB up on him, on the Undying. Does Gyro need an item? I think Gyro needs buyback. No, that's buybacks and cooldown. I don't know, they're waiting for something. They really don't need to wait. I mean, if we look at the... If I go to hero levels... Okay, maybe they do need to wait. They don't have as much of an edge as they could have. Big charge coming in. I'm 99% sure they're not going to complete that. You just gotta cut it off. Look at this. This is a tactic that you should use more in pubs. If you know your team is going to engage, don't be the dumb Pudge that does this, because the problem with Pudge is that, I mean, from this slot, you actually have to blink somewhere to actually do something useful. But for him, he can just pop out of the trees like Lion. Like Lion with a blink. Same kind. He doesn't have to worry about landing a skill shot. Kind of watching Viper beat up the tower. A lot of mana. Yeah, I was gonna say Witch Doctor just Glimmer Caped and used his heal like a million times. They may actually break this off. I don't think we have a timer on Roche yet. Gyro's gonna go in here. SMJ Fu. Kung Fu Kaboo. Boo Kaboo. Oh, Kaboo. He's actually running away from his base. I'm not really sure what that was. Meanwhile, the rest of his team. Neck goes down, Witch Doctor getting plenty of heals off, and I'm pretty sure Gyro's ulti's gonna kill a bunch here. There's a team buy-in. Well, Nevermore's gonna have to buy in too. This is pretty much game. It's been over for a while. Both these game ones were terrible. Like in terms of like close Dota. HTT pretty much out-drafted Tong Fu. I mean, you don't have duel. You don't have duel, lady. This doesn't work. I think that was the lurch. The GG lurch. And Tong Fu's pretty much on the ropes in this group, I would think, because HTT, I would say, if they 2-0 this, I don't see HTT. There's the GG. I honestly don't see like any way that they don't finish top 2. They have some serious regrouping to do after that. That's in terms of farm, like how badly did they? Wow, it wasn't even farm. It's just so much rotation. I mean, 15-1 Viper, 11-1 Undying. You can't have this kind of KDA at the pro level and actually do anything with it. Their team even they can't win. Look at their GPM. It's terrible. All right, let's see if the game is up. See, that game is in preview. We'll see. We'll see if VP very protective people. Actually, VP's youth squad, because apparently we're now English footballers. See what we got going on here. So this is game 2. CDEC won. I mean, unless CDEC quit game 1, they didn't. So they're up 1-0. And they're gonna go with Track X, the Jaw Ranger, and the bands that led to Shadow Fiend Dro Ranger. Okay. Ooh. I mean, CDEC is kind of picking a niche lineup. This is the lineup that you play with your 5 friends, and you go, we're gonna pick Jaw Ranger first, and we're going to make them ban ranged heroes they don't like. I mean, Vengeful Spirit has not been banned. I would assume Vengeful Spirit gets picked up as draft. The point is that Jaw Ranger's E Vision Aura gives bonus range damage based on her agility to the rest of the team. And then, yeah, there you go, pick up Storm Spirit. I would still think that this has to be Vengeful Spirit, and the thing is though, is if you get the ban on Vengeful Spirit, you can pick up someone better. I'm trying to think of who would be better though, because you already have so much carry that it just doesn't. Like, you can't pick up like a Naga, you can't do Mercurial. Is there any like... It has to be someone early game that has a really strong range. You guys pick Windrunner. But I don't think Windrunner's better than Venge. I think Venge's armor reduction with this lineup is stupid. So like, one of the most bullshit lanes you can do... Really, it's like with Mirana with a stun setup, but pretty much just as good as Visage's Grave Chill. Venge's armor reduction, and basically you just blast people down, and then you have Jaw Ranger's slower, which actors stun. There's so much in that lane that Clockwork is going to have it. That's a strong enough lane to...
Lena.
You can't even do a lane against it. If anybody gets caught out, they're dead. Shadow Fiend, Storm Spirit. I don't know. Gaming's I like how this called potential.
5 seconds remaining.
Potential what? Potential losers? Potential winners? Well, they're hoping for a potential tie here, because they're in a serious hole if they can't beat CDEC, which I would say is like seeded. I would say they're third place here. Given, like, let's say Tongfu goes 0-2, that's opening the door for CDEC, because I think CDEC is the type of team that has a pretty big shot if they were to make it into the, we're just going to call it a page playoff. Page playoff is the, it's basically a 4, 2 in the winner's bracket, 2 in the loser's bracket. Winner of the winner's bracket, this is how the final works, by the way, for all these qualifiers. Winner of the winner's bracket goes directly to the grand finals. I do not know if they get a 1-game advantage. It is best of 5 in the final. But the loser's bracket, best of 3, loser goes out, and loser of that winner's bracket plays the winner of that first loser's bracket game, and then that winner goes to the penultimate final. Well, it is the final, because yeah, that's how the page playoff system works. There's no, once you get to the final, you've burned the winner's advantage. You don't have to play like a traditional winner's bracket. Like, we never do this in Dota. In an actual winners-losers bracket system, double elimination. Oh man, hang on. We had some crazy picks here. So Nature's Prophet goes with this bullshit lineup, because you're basically just going to set up any stun, any grab, throw Furion in, and that's just stupid. Lycan is basically the power carry that VG Gaming needed in this Rubik Lina lane. Basically have 2 stuns. If you land the first stun with Lina should basically open your stun. If she lands it, you're going to be able to pick off, I would assume, the Prophet, because they aren't going to jungle the Prophet, and they aren't going to abandon and let Lycan do bull jungle, because Lina can blast too many things down. That Lina's actually, I think, a really good pick. Because if you leave Lina and Lycan alone, Lina can, they're on Radiant, right? This is actually a big deal, is whether or not they're on Radiant or Dire. I'm pretty sure that they're on Dire. Yeah, they're on Dire this game. So, yeah, because I would say this lineup doesn't happen. If in the reverse situation, it's a little bit complicated, but you wouldn't see this lineup because of how powerful the oh, wow, they are on. But VG played on Radiant game 1. That's weird. That's news to me. Let's cheat and watch someone else's camera. Is the TI5. I like all these names. Yeah, Mars TV, and then these other ones are like, because one of them is the not Taiwanese caster. One of these is Vietnamese. Like, there's a whole bunch of different languages, and then like the EU hub that's not better than the FU hub. Grub hub. Hashtag TI5 English Observer 2. At any rate, I have 4 members of CDEC here. They have a smoke. Why can I not click anyone? Kidding me? Okay, you don't need to do that anymore. That's stupid. Like, really stupid. And we need, like, music. This is... I'll put on some music. This game, like, sucks as bad as the first one did. Or the first 2 games, excuse me. Hey, okay, Valve. You want to tell me why these are still on the map? Thanks, Valve. Okay, so the lanes are pretty much working out as I said they were. We have tri-lane top, and they decided to dedicate the Dro there. Furion, of course, is going to be in the off lane. This is a pretty greedy start. I mean, it's standard, but it's greedy in the sense that he doesn't really have much in the way of... but they put the clock solo. Duo mid? Oh my god. What a rotation. That was a smoke rotation mid. And Lina and Rubik. It was a little bit messy, because the Shadow Fiend's going to have to heal. But he should have the bottle soon enough. Got going on here, Lynn and Lycanthrope. I was gonna go for the early Bazzy, as one would expect. Doctor is in, watching the lane. You know, trying bullshit. Going on mid. Wait, so they actually changed players. The Shadow Fiend in the last game played by... Oh, he changed his name, it's the same guy. 9. Some really powerful wards on the map, which I can't highlight, but... C-Deck pretty much has all rune control. Well, not all rune control. They should have all the rune control, they have a Fury on. And this is a problem for Rubik. Notice he avoided the cliff. There's your learn of the week. But these two together actually have enough damage to kill him. Between the two stuns and their right clicks, so he had to run away. Is sure his plan here? I guess his plan is to go mid. Not really sure what his plan is here. Thanks for the host, Epic Mick. Watching some TI qualifiers here. A little bit of loose casting, I'm not... Can't go nuts, it's late over here. But we are looking in. Epic race. What you been playing? I think, were you playing some Sims 4, man? Fix my chat now that it's spammed enough. Can't type. No, it's Epic Rays. That's these rays. Hit it?
Hello, welcome.
Oh god.
The hub. We're officially about an hour and a half late.
Flax is finally live with his silly hub.
It's my fault. She cleans the whole house.
Okay. We're gonna ignore him, focus on this really exciting Dota game. That definitely race. So they rotated the Clockwork out of the bottom lane, put him top, and I'm assuming they now went to a traditional tri-lane with the Lycanthrope like I said they would. I mean, the rotations, they had to put the Clockwork in the safe lane because the Lycanthrope can't really... I guess he would have been fine bottom, to be honest. He could pretty much hold his own against Furion. Shadow Fiend's getting a little bit too close. Guess Witch Doctor doesn't want to do anything. Oh, how did Sand King go, Epic Mick? Sand King's a fun hero. What did you try to rush any item, or like was there something that held you back? Because tanking 1-4 sanking is usually pretty sad. Usually you need a like you can just use your W Sandstorm. Just clear jungle camps. Usually you want to stack them first. Not have any money problems. Now, if the other team is like following you into your jungle, that's a whole different story. Oh, well, if your team is like rapidly feeding, that's a whole other deal. Got Battlecrow and the Storm Spirit. Yeah, when I play against Sand Kings, I pretty much go looking for them, and what I'll do is, like, usually they'll try to take this camp, if they're on Radiant, let's say, and they'll stack it up 4 times, and they'll keep pulling it up and back, and then they'll try to do the Sandstorm here. What I'll do is walk up and put down a sentry, and then what basically happens is I just start beating on them, stun them out of their thing, so that all of the creeps start killing them, and I just do all kinds of fun shit with them. It's greedy. This guy's in for a fun surprise. Not exactly sure what Furion's plan is here, because he knew this was coming. There's a ward here. Like, he lost the rune, he lost his clarity. The only thing that the guy didn't take was his wallet. I guess he took his wallet that was on the ground, the bounty rune. Really being a bit offensive with these wards. I mean, the key thing about this ward is that it's going to give you vision of this, well, it only goes this far, but oh, there we go, stun up. There's the grave shield, just like I said in the draft. Just stun them up, slow them down. They have enough. Whoa, they didn't commit. And sorry, the lag issues. It's not me. It's you could. Right, Volvo drive. It's not. Actually, it's Perfect World's problem. It has to do with the Great Firewall of China. I can't believe they let this Clockwork get away. Dude only has Tranquils. Had no mana to do anything. Another Clarity denied on C-Deck. One on mid, they're just kind of leaving that there. What's this business? Did they go in on the... Oh, it's Storm Spirit. I was gonna say, whoever was down there, I didn't expect to even be close to dying. Did Rubik ward this? He did not ward this, so... 9, playing the Nevermore. He's 0-1 already in this tournament on Nevermore. Only played one game. Already lost on the hero. That. Oh yeah, and you guys raiding, if I don't know how much you know about the Dotes. Yeah, the TI5 Qualifiers. Main qualifier to get into the main event that's coming up in a couple months. This is the Chinese qualifier. And VG Potential is the youth team for VG Gaming against C-Deck, a very long time now established Chinese team, but they're kind of mid-tier. Storm Spirit's actually got a pick off here. That guy's dead. What was the business being there with no health, dude? Really greedy. Got no money too. He lost about 120 gold there, so that was his. Lost his boots. Yeah, just more. And this is just mechanics of you can't be this deep as Clockwork against 3 people that do way too much damage against you. Like put it this way, is that Dro's 30% 30 base damage increase because of her agility to all of her teammates completely outweighs the fact that your shield gives 16 damage block. Tower's pretty much dead. And these trees up? Yep, he's got trees up. His tower's dead. I have no idea what this Rubik thinks he can do. Kind of wasting mana. Okay. He was gonna take the trees with him anyways. Oh. Ember's a tricky hero though. Like, you have to understand the mechanics of that hero, like his, you have to learn how to land his stun, fight a fist. You have to understand how his magic shield works, because and the hero has a very small health pool for some kind of carry. XD's plan here. Oh, that courier. Dude, you just missed the courier! Dude! Screw this guy, you should have got the carrier. Wait a second. Oh, that is a crow, it's not a chicken. No, they could have gotten more gold if they killed the courier. Visage using familiars, trying to take the tower. Ew. What is the Furion building? Kind of been playing support. I mean, his Bazzy ring. All the boys to the yard. Another mech on Shadow Fiend. They really want this strategy to work. He did the same build last game. My friend's gonna be so mad. He bet that VG was actually gonna go at least 1-1. It's a 2-game series. This is game 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Game is still in play though. I mean, anybody could still technically win this.
Look what I found!
Oh, someone. Was that you, Midnight? Killing my ears. Oh my god. Hope the follow alert worked. Hope that was entertaining that my ears are, with ears. Storm Spirit engages in on Lyn. Wow, that was really nice. He's actually evading the cogs damage there for the mana drain. Wow, the hook shot to this Rubik. What a jerk. If he actually was standing where he was supposed to be standing, that hook shot would hit. That's what that clockwork's telling him right now. If you hit a teammate, you get bounced out. You hook onto him. But what I don't know is why he didn't aim to the jungle creeps, because the jungle creeps would have saved him. But C-Deck looks well on their way to winning this. Like, if I look at the score, yeah, it's 2-6. But the key here, that it's lots of team kills, lots of spread net worth. I mean, just looking at the last hits, like if I try to compare, like, one of the notions in Dota is, like, everybody has a position. Like Dro on this team is position 1. She's the highest priority on farm. Followed by the Storm Spirit, because he's mid, it's usually position 2. Position 3 is your offlaner, which is the Furion, Nature's Prophet. And then your positions 4 and 5 are your supports usually. One of them is the lane support, one of them is known as the hard support. The hard support pretty much buys the ward's courier and is broke and pretty much has brown boots at the end of the game. Now, that's not always true. You obviously want to get items, but you have to be good at being as efficient as possible with your time to separate helping out your more heroes that are supposed to be useful late game that have really good scaling power, and you want to use your abilities to the maximum. Like Witch Doctor has really powerful early game abilities. Well, he doesn't need items to do that. Like, he has an urn, that's great. That's a little bit more damage, or really, really powerful healing. He has boots, and he has a TP, and he has smoke. These are all good utility items to have. So, but anyway, so that's how the positions work. So, what sometimes you want to do in these games, kind of compare where the farm is at between the positions. Like the Lina and the Rubik on VG potential, they have 3 and 8 last hits. Meanwhile, the C-Decks, bottom tier supports, they're, let's say each of them are, let's say about 10 to 15 creeps or so ahead of their who we're comparing them to. Well, times about 40 creeps, 40 gold a creep. That's about a 600 gold edge, which is pretty close to the value of an urn. Or between the value of a pair of boots. It's almost upgraded boots. So who wins a fight if one team has mana boots on all their supports and your team doesn't? Guess what? It's not the team that doesn't have the mana boots. This is a big DD rune on Storm Spirit. The Raging Thunder Keg. Are they gonna smoke? They have a sentry here. They could just smoke. They know that nobody sees them. Not sure this plan. They just think the Lycan's stupid because he can just ult and run away. Oh no, he's got him. Yeah, he's gonna ult, but it's gonna be too late. Because he has nowhere to go. I'm not really sure where he tried to run his. The only outlet he could have maybe run to was here to here. Yeah, that was a disaster. So, more disaster. If this game goes a little bit more towards disaster, we'll see how I think we actually can see the live score of the other game. That game hasn't even started yet. It's still in pregame. Drums hit. Burn that tower down. And pretty much the only hope for VG here. I mean, the Lycan is just not going to be relevant. All he has is his Roshan is gone. It's gone for another like 10 minutes.
Yo, green dudes, something bad is
And we're going to get a BKB and Shadow Fiend. So apparently this VG Potential team, just to give you some background, is a team that VG scouted out. VG Gaming, being all this tier 2 is just melting. Do they have like an aura? Oh, they have Dro's aura. But I meant like armor reduction aura, which they don't have. Wow, they go right in on the Nevermore. Shadow Fiend is... Ooh, another missed hook shot. Not really sure what this Clockwork's doing. This game is pretty much... If they get a couple more kills here, this game is over. That's why the birds were diving that deep. The Rubik, if the Rubik or the Lina died, that's essentially game. But they're going to keep pushing. Look at this damage. Talked about this in the draft. It's just the bonus damage. Aegis burn. Nice. Just the little finesse play to avoid the cogs. Wow, they're burning everything. Lina manages to land ult in region. Ikai does pick off the Rubik. They're going to get racks here, possibly more. Lina eats a soul assumption. She's out. Nevermore is going to come back, but he doesn't have a BKB, and he might even consider selling items to get his BKB. Nice, 1300 short. He can't have it. They're going to sack racks here. All going to run away. Yeah, so VG basically just kind of like English, well, really any like European football club, is they have their youth team instead of the youth academy. Well, they basically took the highest. They scouted out the highest MMR players in the China scene and tried to make a team of them. I don't know how much these guys have practiced together. It does kind of seem like they're one-trick ponies. Like, I'm pretty sure that we saw 2 or 3 of the same heroes in the previous game. I'm kind of focusing on the Nevermore because I don't think that he really fits this lineup very well, and he keeps building the same build. Does beat. I don't know, I mean, it lets them pick greedy supports because if you think about it, you guys probably know that like usually the support type heroes are the ones that are usually yelled at in pubs to build the mech. They don't have to build the mech. There are a few other heroes that are considered natural mech carriers. Shadow Fiend for some time in the Dota 1 scene and stuff, known for this. But he still was known for doing a lot of damage too. It's just that the mech, pretty powerful thing to have. He farms so efficiently that kind of be a little bit greedy and pick up an item like that on it to basically let you pick greedy supports that can kind of go hunting. But the problem is that meanwhile they're just pushing down middle because they know that VG Potential can't do anything about it. BKB up on the Shadow Fiend though. This is last stand stuff. BKB off, does the Requiem. Requiem pretty much doesn't hit anything. They're going to pick off the Dro here. The Dro goes down. That's a lot of damage missing. Witch Doctor dead. This is really bloody. Lina's down. Rubik's down. Rubik has no ultimate. Didn't steal anything, didn't use anything. Yeah. And C-Deck doesn't care. I mean, the fact that... I mean, they knew this could have been bloody, but... I mean, they got towers for it. Now this Nevermore is trying to pick off. This is, you can't get it. We're going to get the buy-in on the Lina. Lina's coming in. She has no ulti, though. You can throw down a stun, that's about it, but she's not going to have enough to finish off the Storm Spirit. Damn, if she would have had another spell up, she would have got 2 for 1. Smoke. Missed the Lina. I think the idea was to get her the speed bonus? That wasn't a smoke to go, oh, I'm smoking so they can't see me. Smoke gives you like a 15% movement speed buff. Force staff into telekinesis. Telekinesis not enough. Shikai re-engaging. Death Ward down, not enough to kill Lina. 6 health. And the urn. Nice urn charge. Finally land a hook shot on Yang into the power cog. His Witch Doctor's pretty screwed. Oh, nice job with the silence. That's pretty much game. Down 2 heroes. And they're going to push racks because they still have the Visage Familiars up with Dro's Aura. Increase their damage by a lot. Edic's been around a long time. Visage is hero that they're what's his name?
Somebody did that. That's such a pro move.
Hugh. He's pretty good at Visage. Not somebody I would consider like the world's best, but he's good enough to make it work in this game. BKB's ready again on the Shadow Fiend. This is still last stand stuff. I think they'll hold this time, but again, Edic's just getting by with like pub strats here. I mean, this ward is very weak. But, I mean, they can see pretty much everything that's going on here. Because, I mean, once again, the rooks, they're all gone. Only thing gone are tier 1 towers on the CDEC side. What is going on in Slack's stream? So Roshan is up, Visage Familiar scouted it out. Now we're gonna have doggies in here too, so both teams know that it's up. So this is potentially a last stand here. This is a sentry, so that they don't know. I don't think this ward actually saw him when it's right on the precipice. Normally you want to put that ward a little bit deeper. See if the ward is here. Ward's here. It really should be over here. Because then you can actually see that they made a move for Roche.
Green dude's top thing is about to get knocked.
Who do I think is going to get the Arcana? I don't know. Whatever Reddit decides is what's going to get the Arcana.
Its middle tower is under attack.
I don't know. Everybody keeps saying Pudge. So we got a smoke here. Girl leading the way. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a joke one, right? I mean, it has to be a hero that's very popular already that doesn't need an Arcana. Or a complete joke hero. Force Spirit comes in right on the guy he needs to do it on, right on this Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend gets the BKB off though, and so he's going to try to ulti. He does get the double ulti off, but it's so far away that it doesn't really do that much damage. Cogs down. Wow, it's just they couldn't, even in Cogs, they couldn't actually kill the Furion. Not enough here. I mean, Lycan does 117 damage 24 minutes into the game. He actually is so far behind he had to go Armlet. Armlet before BKB because he doesn't do enough damage to actually kill all the durable supports. So Rex, set of Rex 2, just leaves the 1 before Megas. This game very much going the same way game 1 did. And given that you only get 10 games in this qualifier, and because of the way it's set up, go down 0-2 in the first of 5 sets of games you get to play. It's very close to only the top 2 teams get out, which basically means you have to at least finish, at the very least, with a 6-4 record. Oh, we got another smoke. Again, they weren't in wards, but they just cleared the minions, so it's probably a little bit obvious. Gotta be obvious. And the whole team isn't here. Lycan's too far back. Oh my god. Okay, Dire got Aegis and the Roshan. Yeah, the hook didn't. I thought the hook did something and it didn't. Clapper pretty much just gets blown up in the process. Yeah, this is it. This is GG. Yeah, GG. This game was destruction, so we're going to switch over to the other game. There really isn't too much else to say besides VG potential. Well, their potential this year, hopefully they'll do better next year. And just give me a second here to load. I think we can actually load up the... We're in. Alright. Better vision here. We're a few minutes in, we missed the draft. Oh, Kaboo again. So this is the same kind of deal. He's still on his Timbersaw. It's the same guy that played Timbersaw last game for Tongfu. That's one thing that you'll see about, like, not bad players, but just like players at the mid tier and below in their scene. They usually only play a few, like their team only plays certain kinds of lineups and they only play certain heroes. Kind of limits the... You have to have enough heroes in your repertoire to be able to draft efficiently. Funka or Tidehunter? Yeah, they're both pretty good. I mean, your bracket, dude, play whatever that you feel like playing, because, I mean, just learn the game and have fun, and try not to let, like, bad eggs ruin the game for you. I've been a bad egg lately. I've been salting up too many games. So let's just take a quick look at, because I can't see the draft. The draft is over. But it looks like we got Lina, Timbersaw, Rubik on the safe lane for Tongfu. They're doing a tri-lane. Undying, he's kind of strong enough to do an off lane by himself, but he's got Dazzle to help him out, so they're running duo lanes on HCT up against that tri-lane. This lane, the kill potential in this lane is pretty minimal. Basically, it's if somebody wants to make it bloody, they can, but chances are it's going to be a trade. Because Undying is, like, the closer heroes are to each other, he just keeps spamming Decay. Healing strength and getting larger health pools, which basically makes all the burst damage meaningless. Just eats into his bonus health. Bottom lane though is, so again HGT goes with the gyrocopter, so they basically pick, okay, never mind. So I think Tongfu picked the same, no, they lost with that lineup. I don't know, maybe they think it's their best, so that's what they went with, I don't know. But we got Disruptor, Gyro, bot lane. Which is a pretty fair lane. Disruptor's, he's a pretty good harassing hero, and he's just doing like pull-throughs here to just eat up all the lane creeps. Just pull the creeps into the lane, down the tree, pull in the next camp when the creeps are about to be dead, and you just keep pulling them through. We're actually going to clean this up. If somehow you had so many creeps that it didn't, you can actually pull to the third camp on the Radiant side. So we got Legion. Why did they pick Legion again? I'll have to think about that in a second. What's going on mid? Viper again. This time Tongfu has the Viper. HGT has a... apparently they have a Brewmaster player. Lina's pretty good in this patch because of the focus on early game. I mean, her Laguna Blade is, for a long time, like in the pro scene, used to be the measure of, like, you would measure, like how much damage you need to do to kill people and stuff, and like how you compare, like, ultimate damage on ultimates and stuff is in Lina ults. Pretty disgusting. I mean, her damage output, pretty sure it's really mana efficient too. Like, she has like a bunch of moves that cost a little over 100 mana, and they all do like 300 damage. Besides her ultimate, of course. Ultimate takes a lot of mana. This is an interesting lane. This is a little bit of a... Oh, it's later. I guess Brew's a little bit of a frustrating thing to deal, because usually Viper in a one-on-one lane is going to win. But Brewmaster has enough durability that should be okay. Okay, so right now, Gyro's the last hit leader. Kind of be expected though, because he has flat cannon, so he's probably like cheesing a couple camps in there too. Actually, no, not even. No, he's got about the right amount for 10 minutes. Kabu engaging on the Undying, but again, he has so many stacks of decay that he's not going down. He's not going anywhere. He's gonna wait for the stacks of decay to run off, and he's gonna use up his one charges, and he'll be back at like 2/3 health. Tong Fu has this swingman. I mean, he's sitting just out of range. Just out of range. Sentry here, they cleared out the observer wards so that they know that basically Rubik just has to kind of play. Some of the trees here actually make for weird vision. Look at this. Look at this. See, they know where they put the sentry, and he put it just outside of the sentry. But it doesn't matter. They're going to lift him, and he's... Ooh. Undying almost... Wow, he's actually almost going to get away with this. He actually got away with the first blood. Tong Fu messed that up. What kind of... excuse me. HGT. Wait a second. How did they get more gold? What? Or did it just lag so bad that I didn't see who got first blood in the correct order? No, Undying got first blood. Okay, so that needs to be fixed a little. Oh, you know what it was? Is somebody lost a lot of gold. That's part of the problem. Honestly, I don't know. Sorry. They've changed the way net worth works in gold bounties. First blood has such a large gold bonus, though, that you shouldn't see anything like that. Unless, oh, that was the other stuff that happened bottom. Sorry, bottom lane got bloody. Or excuse me, mid lane got bloody. The bottom lane for HCT rotated mid, and they killed the Viper. Oh, missed the stun on Timber. He's gonna get back home and host. Gyro's going to be pretty much the clock on this game. Like, he's probably the scariest carry of this lineup. President can be pretty scary if she hit dual wins, but the problem is she's strength hero, and strength heroes do not scale well into past like 40-45 minutes. Gauge on mid, static storm, and call down. I mean, Viper can't do anything about that. Who was the Viper going for? I guess the Viper tried to go on the Brewmaster and it failed. Oh, he just got flat out caught out. He didn't even use his ulti. Wow, that's... How long has he got until? 60 seconds of the next static storm. Another Kung Fu ward. I usually don't do too much Dota, because Dota usually is a little bit of a salt stream. But I'm glad you're learning something. I try to do something a little bit... If it was a little bit more midday, I'd do some crazy casting, but... Really more interesting, especially because some of these players are good, but they're not like... There's certain players that I really like to just kind of watch exactly how they do their game, because you can learn a lot from basically their motions and like how they play certain heroes and what they're favoring over certain... And when I say favoring, I mean like how efficiently they farm when they decide to make decisions, not like builds and stuff. Builds are stuff you can look up once you know the game, or stuff that you can just know by intuition what you need to buy. But sometimes they show you some tricks you didn't see before. We're gonna have a smoke here, except the problem here is that HTT, their smoke is gonna fail. Tong Fu saw it. These guys are like, we're getting out. See, even when I'm not going this way. Viper has an invis rune though, so he's actually going to hang around and see if he can pop the smoke and catch someone out. What he does know is that Disruptor's staying back behind the tower. A static storm ready, so he's kind of waiting for the push. He doesn't know that he's behind the tower. This tree line doesn't show anything. Now he's standing here now, because as the creeps move in, I'll even switch the... Somebody said, why do I... Notice as the creeps move in, where he was standing gets revealed. And now he's going to walk in, he's going to throw on Static Storm. Oh, no. Not sure why he waited there. Oh. There's the glimpse. Dresden's going to run away, she can't even duel. That's a mess. Tong Fu is in serious trouble here early. Well, they lose the Timber Saw, they're going to lose the Viper too. Drums go off. This is going to be the Static Storm. Buy-in on Timber, he's coming in, but it's too late. It's too late. Viper's dead. Undying is just wrecking everything. Another Decay is going to get that kill. Triple kill. Yeah, but they're just going to kill this tower. Over. Comp. Gonna look for a duel here? Not really sure. Like, that was like a waste of a TP. The chase is on, but they're gonna, I mean, they have like mech and stuff up now, I'm sure. Or heroes, what are you doing, dude? This, I do not understand. Well, they're gonna pick off this Rubik. I mean, they have so much damage, and then Rocket Barrage is up like every 2 seconds. And then you throw down the Weave. All these guys have increasing armor. Just notice at the bottom there, it's just going out. It's another, yeah, it's another team wipe for Tongfu. Now they're caught in no man's land between your tier 2 and tier 3 towers. This tower was not defensible from the moment that there were 4 people standing here, because you can just walk right in behind the tower. They even have a ward down here, so they know exactly how much support's coming back at the T3. Good players don't TP to the tower that's being sieged. They TP to the tower behind it because it takes less time. But when you know no one's coming to help, you just dive in here, because you can't get hit by this tower, can't get hit by this tower. You just gotta watch the clock so you don't get overrun by creeps. Tier 2 gone. And once again, the map controls kind of like this. Excuse me, what am I talking about? Looking at it from the wrong perspective. Map control is more like this. And I would even say that it's more like this. This tier 2 tower up here is pretty not defensible. Mainly this ward gives away so much of Tongfu's movements. I think that smoke was even revealed. The Brewmaster even walked back and TP'd. Another wasted smoke. How many smokes do they have left? You get a new fresh smoke every 12 minutes. They only have 1 smoke left. They won't have another one until 24 minutes. They know there's smoke, so look at this. You're just grouped up. Just grouped up. Mostly waiting. Gyro's a little bit caught out, but I don't think he really felt that he was in much danger. I mean, what are they gonna do? It's a banner that doesn't even have a buff for duels. Of course, 13-3. Like, if you lose this game as a pro, you maybe shouldn't be a pro. Oh, the Glimpse and Tresden's caught out. Was she body shopping? Was she body shopping? Oh, she was stacking. She was stacking and tried to blink away. No, she wasn't stacking. I honestly don't know what she was doing. Can we go back? What was she doing that was so good? I mean, nothing's going on in the game. I gotta know what. Oh, she was just running. She was running to go do Ancients, and she got destroyed. Okay, we'll go back to live. Oh, what do you know? They took the tower. I said that they basically can't defend. This tower on the Dire side for the longest time, like probably 4 or 5 years now. This, and they also added this super cliff up here. Super cliff being you put a ward up here, it lets you see everything. These trees used to be somewhere you could kind of try to uncorrupt your tower. Like, I call the tower corrupted because you have bad trees here, bad trees here. Anybody standing here is in no man's land. Because they're on the low ground, so if somebody tries to engage here or here, they have the bonus up. We have a smoke. It's just a really hard tower to defend, is basically, I mean, the only place you can really defend it from is about here, because of all the threats that come from this side. Big smoke. Blink on the Tresden misses the duel initially, and now she's just running away. This is over. We're gonna GG this. That was a last-ditch smoke. Timbersaw actually denied himself to neutrals. And that's game. Oh, I'm out of games, guys. Literally out of games. Because those were terrible. Those were so bad. Let's take a look at the... or... if it's actually updated. It should be updated. Here, let's throw up some music too. What in the hell is going on Slack's stream?
I don't know. What the fuck is that? I don't know. What is that?
He has a pug cam.
What the fuck is that? What is that?
No hub till I clean bathroom, girlfriend. God, that's really gross. Well, there are no games up. Eventually. Got a window cam?
You women have heard of jalopies, you've heard the noise they make, but let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way.
Hope it.
Everybody likes my Rocket.
Sorry, it's gonna blow.
Baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along.
Oh, it's terrible. Don't even worry about it. It's so bad. I have to make it a little bit small.
V8 motor and is smart and designed, black convertible top and the gals don't mind. Sporting with me, riding all around town for joy.
I don't know why I'm making it smaller on here. I should make it smaller on here. So what I got going on here? Alright, something. So, kind of tells you the story. The next series doesn't start for another 3 hours. They have to move that up. There's no way that they won't move it up. But the, a quick look, make sure that's actually, the cam is like 9. Oh right, it needs to go below this.
Step in my rocket and don't be late, baby. We're pulling out.
What is going on the corner of the screen?
Going round the corner and get a feel for everybody in my car.
What the hell is going on?
Move on out, oozing and
Too big. Gotcha. Sorry, I can't stand the stuttering. Let me fix that. Thank you. Screen cut off. Sorry, live editing.
When you got no more assurance than
In the beauty of streamception, sorry.
if you don't respond to road,
I only have one monitor, so
Jack, you dead.
much as I'd like to play with that stuff on the other screen, but I'm just making sure it looks okay.
Even though there's nothing said, if you stand there like a statue, Jack, you dead. You've been always kicking.
Cool. Okay, it looks cool. We'll go back to our...
Just like old man Mo.
There are way too many things open on this screen.
From loving, and you blow your top instead.
There we go.
It's the fact that you ain't living. Jack, you dead.
So the next series, I think, if HGT wins... And oh yes, in each flight there's 5 teams and there's only 2 sets of games, so Wings didn't play yet. Who sits? Deck. C-Deck will sit this round. HGT 2. Oh right, this is a point system. Right, we talked about the 2 points thing. So if you win 2, you get 3 points. It's like Premier League. Or like football. You get 3 points for a full win, 1 for a tie, 0 for a loss. So that makes it even worse for other teams. They would have to 2. So like, let's say HGT wins against, I mean, given how badly they stopped Tong Fu, that I wouldn't expect that game to be close. Who's on Wings?
Jack, you dead. When all the breath leaks out of you, all your friends gather around the bed and say, "My
Two
goodness,
former...
you look fine."
No, it's two former DK players used to.
Jack, you dead.
This is a new team that was formed for guy. I've heard of In July.
If you wanna have fun, come home with me. You can stay all night and play with my TV. TV is the thing this year, this year. TV is the thing this year. Oh yes, radio was great, but now it's not a
What is
thing.
this song?
TV is the thing this year. Last night I was watching old Tom Mix. My TV broke, boy, I was in a fix. I got on the phone, called my man, said, "Get Daddy as fast as you can." TV is the thing this year. Oh yes, TV is the thing this year. Radio was great, but now it's out of date. TV is the thing this year. He turned my dial to channel 1. I knew that this was gonna be fun. He turned my dial to channel 2. That station thrilled me through and through.
Yeah, so in this next round, if HGT
I
wins,
said, "I love what
as I think they would,
he said, "Wait a
that
minute,
Wings Tong Fu game, I think that might be a 1-1.
just time someone knocked on the door.
I don't know, Midnight Crest.
Oh yes,
Come over and watch my TV.
tried to tell you, radio was great, but now it's out of date.
Oh man,
TV is the thing this year."
I didn't think by the end of the stream I'd have to explain what a sock hop is. Here you go, chat trivia time. If you know what a sock hop is, hold.
On channel 7, the show was late. We got a kick on channel 8. He turned my dial to channel 9 and said, "Baby, your set is working fine." He moved a little to channel 10. Then we started all over again. When he finally hit
What is he singing about?
channel 11, I cried, "Mama, he treats your daughter good." Yes, it is. Radio was great, but now it's out of date. TV is the thing this year.
Hey,
Baby, my TV set will need fixing just about this time every night.
so what a sock hop is, nobody knows. And by this time, if you really cared, you could have already searched the internet, but I'm going to tell you anyways. So back in like the 60s, late 60s. It's early 60s too. But so basically at high schools across the United States have segregation of schools, and they would have dances at the schools. And well, you'd have the dances at the gym, and all the young kids wanted to dance to hip music, which, of course, the grumbling parents said was a terrible idea. But like how you have a prom now, well, they would have Friday night dances at the gyms. They actually go outside of their house to do things. And, but you didn't wear your dancing shoes because that would ruin the gym floor. So they took their shoes off and danced in their socks. And that's where the term sock hop comes from. Are they starting this other game? Nope. We might be... but given... Well, tonight, they're doing... If this is seriously not starting for 3 hours, I'm gonna do something else. I will check on that in a few minutes. I'm gonna enjoy the tunes though. More analysis here. So tonight they're doing first 2 series, you know, series 1, series 2. These other ones aren't until tomorrow. Oh, that's what's up, is the other series starts in 20 minutes. And now this grouping actually has a lot more play, but we'll get to them in a second. Well, if they were dancing in their shoes, they would have destroyed the gym floor. Really? What gym you play at? Stickier than you think. Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm gonna walk on over and say hello. What are you waiting for? Hello, sweet baby doll. Would you like to dance with me? Hello, sweet baby doll. Would you like to dance with me? Well, we rolled and we rolled and we had a ball.
Alright, so we're playing the first 2 flights today. Pairings. But I think we can almost settle the group, because if Tong Fu... Well... No, we can't. But if HGT wins, putting them at 6, that may guarantee them... No, it doesn't. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's really hard to unseat them. That would mean they'd have to get no points the remaining games. If they were to win this 2-0, as I think they will, and then just saying they split the rest just to get 9. Both of these... Oh right, there's only 8 games. What am I talking about? I said 10 games? No, 8. So the maximum score is 12. Yeah, so if they have 6 points, they can finish no worse than, I believe, tied for 3rd. Now they can finish 4th? No. It's a little bit tricky with 5 teams. Like, I'm much more familiar with, like, World Cup groupings. But they're pretty safe. So let's look at this other group, Group A. So there's 2 groups for each region. There's China, Southeast Asia, Europe, and North America. So the top, in this Group B, watch the first few. Top 2 teams, the one in green right now, that's just arbitrarily chosen. C-Deck is not above Hyperglory. Tied. If it ended like this, they'd actually have to play a tiebreaker. Which I don't know how they'll do that. Wow, that's actually a big problem. Because if the head-to-heads are tied, that's a problem down the road. Nice job, Valve. Because the head-to-heads are going to be tied. At any rate, winner of the group goes into this winner's bracket. It's just a double elimination. Really the page playoff system in curling. Winners of groups are one game away from the grand final. Only the winner of the grand final gets to go to TI. The immediate loser of the grand final, everybody else is out. The immediate loser of the grand final gets to go to TI, but they have to play a qualifier for the qualifier. There is a final wildcard slot available to 2 teams of, I believe, 4 teams that will be invited to TI. 2 of them will make it to the final group. So, considering these Chinese teams are usually pretty strong, I would say the team that does make it has a pretty good shot. But unfortunately, I guess Tongfu really wasn't that good for how poor of a showing they had up against HGT. That was like a really poor showing. I expected much better. Tongfu's been around a long time. Let's take a look. We have 2 Tongfu teams that are both like their B teams. Turn the music down just a tiny bit. Sorry about that. Okay. So, these are both Tongfu's like youth teams and stuff like that. They're not as good as Tongfu, basically. On occasion, they can beat Tongfu. We got you may have heard of Newbie. Team Newbie won TI4. Newbie Young is their youth development team. eHome is the team that won TI1 in the TI1 final. They were a big team 3-4 years ago. They're trying to make like a comeback thing. I don't think that they're good enough to compete. Who's on the team that I actually think is like worth their salt? ATY's ROTK is, oh, excuse me, this eHome team is pretty legit. Lanham is one of the best Dota 2 players ever. ROTK is fantastic. Never mind. It's just the name. Just the name that threw me off. I forgot who's on this team. The Ohio and Mushi used to be on the team, and they're just not quite as punchy as they used to. Yeah, because eHome like reformed with basically they aren't washed up at all. I mean, that's the wrong way to put it. It's just that I don't think that they're on the same level as some of these other guys. Like, this is a pretty top-notch team. I would almost expect these guys to win this group. Considering, I mean, Newbie Young is... They're one of the guys, Energy Pacemaker. So this team had there was a 1,024 team best of 1 single elimination tournament to get one of the slots in this group. And if I'm not mistaken, Energy Pacemaker won that. There was a bit of a controversy because in the North American one, every region had one of these big tournaments for the qualifier to get into the qualifier. For any team, you could just make it get in. Well, there was a bit of a controversy because Energy Pacemaker was allowed to make a roster change following the qualifier, except they were allowed to do this, and the team that won the North American qualifier was kicked out of the qualifier, and a professional team was brought in to replace them. That team was eHug, and I'm not exactly sure that happened because it's not consistent with the way Valve does things. Like, if we did it one way for one, we're going to do the same for the other. But at any rate, Energy Pacemakers allowed in, and they also are a professional team, so let's just throw that out there that no professional team was thrown out of TI for this controversy, only a team no one's gonna write a Reddit thread about. But this is the result that I saw Energy Pacemaker that I thought was a bit interesting. I mean, this MPGL that happened, a lot of interesting things happened at this LAN that this is this year's. This LAN, I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about these teams, but well, besides MVP, there really aren't many teams here. Never mind, this is not MPGL. Oh yes, this isn't the Malaysian Championship. This is the Miniski Championship. Two different tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, the whole point of this is that none of these other matches matter. The match that matters is that Energy Pacemaker played up against MVP Hot 6. MVP's a pretty decent kind of mid-tierish team now, except that they don't play out of Korea particularly much, but they have more experience out of Korea than a lot of other teams do. This is an international competition. Let's rewind a little bit. So, International is put on by Valve, and they've put it on every year since 2011. It takes place in Seattle every year, and it's going to be at Key Arena again this year because it's just getting bigger and bigger. But it's not as big as League in terms of how many people are going to go there. Very, very large prize pool. Prize pool is it will be over $9 million. This cannot be up to date. But so Valve picks, with some scrutiny, because there's some teams that don't belong here, such as Team Malaysia. Notice the name Mushi in Ohio. So we're just kind of allowed in, even though their team at the Malaysian Championships to the team that I think should be in their slot, and that is Team Rave, another Korean team. Well, it's actually, yeah, Korean. So Valve invites a set number of teams to directly participate in the event. So top tier teams, Gaming, Evil Geniuses, BG's Chinese team, is North American primarily, or at least Canadian too. Team Secret, kind of a mercenary team, is Europe, and I mean the biggest influences are TZ and a lot of talent from Europe. Like a lot of Swedish players from their scene, like Team Alliance came out of the Nordic countries. So Invictus Gaming, previous TI winners. That's not why they got in. Their team is pretty legit. Burning and Ferrari are very, very, very good. And Choan's support play is really good. His Chen's really good. LGD, I don't know why they're here, but they're very hit and miss. Cloud9 also. Kind of really hit and miss when they play. Team Empire has been really solid in the CIS Russian scene. They play lots of tournaments at the mid to high level. Virtus Pro as well. Both these teams, they're always sleepers. You never know when they really show up at a tournament. Empire sometimes they can take VG or EG, but for the most part, everybody in the second tier is below. Like, this is pretty much the lay of the land right now. But these teams on the bottom questionably don't belong here. Start with Newbie. Newbie are the holders of the trophy right now. They won last year. I kind of don't care what lineup you bring. You won last year. You're welcome to come this year. In Malaysia, well, you have star power and it sells tickets. I guess that's good enough for an invite to TI now. So, if you're a pro team and you didn't get invited like this, instead of it being like the Tour de France or some sporting events where we invite, like I'm a French tour, Tour de France, I'm going to invite some French teams to my event on wildcards. Well, not how TI works. TI has a set, as we already said, we have a bunch of different qualifiers. One we're focusing on tonight is the Chinese, but there's a US one, which has, they call it North America. There's even South American teams in here. But is there a South American team here? There should be. Complexity get rid of their Brilliant. Yeah, there's one Mexican player. I was gonna say not today and Complexity both have. I know they had Mexican players, but like not today. Peru, excuse me. They look like Canadian flag. I was gonna say not today. I know we're South American. But yeah, so it's basically the Americas qualifier. Actually, it's called the AIM qualifier. Go a little bit. Not this loud. Uh-oh, my flash is crashing. Yep, I will fix that momentarily. Oh, it recovered. Hooray. Right. So this is North American qualifier. It starts tomorrow afternoon. And the same rules apply as the Chinese qualifier. All these qualifiers have the same 10 teams, well not the same 10 teams, but 10 teams from the region, and they do the same 2 group things into the page playoff. So, yeah, we already went over all these teams. We have the EU qualifier, 2 big snubs, Navi, Alliance, both have won TI, the Alliance won TI. Navi has been there every year. So one of these teams is most likely not making it because Power Rangers is really good. Four Anchors is pretty much the rest of these teams. London Conspiracies, Ninjas in Pajamas, pretty good. Basically this group comes down to these 4 teams: Power Rangers, Navi, Alliance, Ninjas. You might see a surprise out of the other ones, but I kinda doubt it. But I mean, really only 2 of these 4 can make it, right? Who have we got? We got in one group's Alliance. Right here. There's 3 in this group. That's... They're freaking out again, I'm sorry. Oh dear. Thank you. That helps, thank you. I had Alt Tab, so what I changed didn't. Where are we at? Yeah, so in this group only 2 can advance, and this is why this grouping stuff really doesn't work, because one of these teams is going to get cut, and they may all perform really, really well, matched very closely. In this other group, it's basically Navi and take your pick. It's probably going to be London Conspiracy, but I wouldn't put it above one of these teams to take a game or 2 off of Navi and find their way into that 2nd place slot, or Navi just to throw a couple games. Usually their performances at TI qualifiers for Navi, they can do really well in the tournament bracket when they know they have to win a game or 2 to stay in. Round robins, they usually kind of end up mid-table, and I wouldn't put it out of a... It's possible that Navi is going to be the biggest sad thing of this entire qualifying experience, because Endies has a really good attitude and really good personality on stage, so... So the SEA one, kind of bullshit. Because Team Rave, big problem for them is this is taking place on the SEA servers, Southeast Asia servers. Let's see how many teams are actually located in Southeast Asia. Okay. 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 No. And they've been playing really, really, really well. They really should actually have gotten a direct invite. Yep, they're located in SEA. What country is this? The Philippines. MVP Phoenix, Korean. So they're probably going to lose. Signature, also Malaysian. Also Malaysian. Also, well, they're Australian or New Zealand. So Australian. One problem, the Australian servers are separated from SEA. There's a lot of lag between those two sets of servers. And also MVP Hot 6. They also are located in Korea. So right then and there, no. So of what's remaining, Meniski has a shot, Signature has a shot, but really neither of these teams are as good as Rave and MVP Phoenix. So if somehow the lag isn't an issue, I would expect MVP and Rave to do better. This is where things get interesting. Is it MVP where 3 of these teams, on paper, they should absolutely crush, which should thusly guarantee them one of the top 2 spots, and I would say that those 2 have to be in the top 2 spots. There may be a surprise. The lag may kill them. I don't know. But then we have this kind of loaded... Said that Rave already kind of got... Like, I seriously think they got jacked a direct invite. So of this, I mean, Invasion, besides the lag issues, they're pretty decent. They have a shot at this, but I don't know how much play they get outside of Australia, and I don't know if they're ready for this, because MVP has played at Starladder multiple times, and they've also played at the Malaysian Championships, and Rave played at the Malaysian Championships, and they finished higher than Team Malaysia. Team Malaysia finished 7th at the Malaysian Championships. They're at TI. Does star power. But anywho, this group, I mean, it's really going to come down, I think, to Signature, MVP, Rave, and unfortunately one of them is going to... So that's pretty much how the qualifiers work. I think all of these qualifiers are going to wrap up in about a week, but there may be tiebreakers and other weird things that happen, which kind of what this blank spot is for, is that there could be a Series 6. Oops. They can't say Wisp is a hero in the game. Their logo is a play on... Oh, their logo isn't here. Their logo is a play on the hero sprite for Wisp. Can't say Wisp. Also, the hero name Wisp was changed to Io in the game. Joke. Should be ready for the next game. Still no next game.